everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to the Colorado Festival of Horror. I'm Daniel Crosier, and I am joined by the amazing Lynn Lowry.
Thank you.
Oh, film legend. Oh, Lynn, you and I talked a couple years ago. This is your second time to Colorado Festival of Horror, and last time we talked online. Granted, we talked about your career and your practice on stage, working with not improv, but you were doing like a lot of plays at a really young age as a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going into film, and one of your first films, we were just talking about it, just chit-chatting, I Drink Your Blood. Oh man, I just rewatched it this week. Oh, it's so intense.
It is. It's very intense. Who's seen it here? Anyone? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, nice.
Better to see it when you're stoned, 'cause then you really have a good time watching it. But always keep in mind that back in the 70s when we made it, it was not campy and fun the way you kind of see it today. But back then, it was the first film ever to be rated X-rated for horror. So it was really considered, pretty bloody and scary and all that, but now it's fun to watch and, people laugh at everything. And so, but yeah, it's great. The director, David E. Durston, wrote it on LSD. So
that makes so much sense.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Now it's coming up on its 50th or 55th.
55th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right now, but I shot it when I was 8. So. So yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I actually got the part. David had already finished the auditions, and I got there late because I was working as a waitress at the time, and I got there and I walked in, and David, very flamboyant person, and he went, "Oh my God, you're just gorgeous. I must have you in my movie, but it's already cast, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to call you in 3 days, and we'll figure it out." And so in 3 days, he called, and he said, "I'm going to make you a mute, so I don't have to write any more dialogue in the film." And so I became the mute hippie on acid with rabies.
Problem
who
solving.
cuts off the lady's hand with the electric carving knife. So, yeah.
That's some clever problem solving.
It was.
Yeah.
I thought so, yeah.
And were you still, you're working as a waitress, but you were doing theater at the time?
Yeah, I did a lot of theater in New York, and I studied, actually went to college, had a scholarship in speech and drama at college. And then went to New York and studied there for like 5 years and did a lot of theater, which I don't know if you were going to mention Model Hunger, but...
Oh, yeah, that's another one of my favorites.
But should I say that now?
You bet.
So who's seen Model Hunger? And you went, "Oh, okay. I'm mean in that, aren't I?"
Yeah. But
Honey pie.
Yeah, you have so much fun in that.
Oh, I do. I have a lot of fun. So what I did was I'd worked on Tennessee Williams characters for many years, and I just took Ginny and made her like a Blanche Dubois, who tortures and eats people. And I got to, bring all that training, because I'd worked on her, Blanche Dubois, for years and years. So I got to do that in Model Hunger. So that's my Tennessee Williams, performance that I finally got to film. So, yeah.
That is awesome.
I play a schizophrenic Southern Belle serial killer, cannibal.
Layers.
There were a lot of layers.
Yeah. When I saw that, you just going at it with so many of these victims, I was like, oh yeah, look at Lynn. She's having a good time. She's having a lot of fun. I had no idea that this was based off of so much of Tennessee Williams.
Yeah, no, I talked to Debbie Rochon about it, and I said, can we make her Southern? Because I think that kind of Southern charm, mixed in with what she really is, worked, real well for that character. And also seeing the pain from her past and all that. And I think a lot of people actually really felt sorry for her in spite of everything that she did. And that to me is a big compliment when you can play a serial killer and kill so many people. Shall I hold that up louder? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
And still you feel sorry for me. So, or maybe not, but and sexy. She was sexy too. And
Yes.
especially that scene with Brian, who was from Ireland. And, he was like all with a ball in his mouth and everything. And, and I mean, that was a crazy scene. And he was scared. And afterwards, he was just shaking. He was smoking a cigarette out on the porch and just shaking. And so, I thought, well, that was good because, I felt sort of bad for him. And, Lynn felt bad for him, but not Jenny. So,
Oh, man. That's a lot of fun to have on the set too, be able to invoke that with working with your fellow actors.
Right, and Debbie was very open to what if you had like some line you wanted to do at the end or to keep going. So some of that stuff, like when I said the ball game thing. Where I hit the girl in the head on the first one and I sing the ball game. That was all my idea. And that whole thing and that scene where, it's like, you're ready for your close-up, and I've got that thing. And all that was improv stuff. So, it was great fun to come up with different things and have the freedom to be safe and feel that you could do that and that it was okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear that Debbie Rochon, tries to provide that a lot on her sets.
Yeah, she's great. She's so sweet, so nice. She's like strawberries and butterflies. She never complains.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've had her out as a guest. 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh, she was awesome. She did a workshop with actors. Oh man. Yeah, she really loves working with other actors and really honing craft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, tomorrow we're going to be screening Shivers.
Right.
And it's the 50th anniversary of Shivers. Oh man. And that was the first film that I watched that I learned about Lynn Lowry. And of course,
were you 10 at the time? I have a lot of men that are this age who saw that when they were 10. And apparently I was like their dream girl or something. So, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, pretty close. I was in art school. So, and we were really big into Cronenberg, so we were going back and watching, Videodrome. And then the next one was Shivers and Rabid.
Right.
Yeah. Man, seeing a film about, that takes place predominantly in a hotel.
Yes.
Or an apartment complex. And, seeing how, kind of a twist on the contagion, this being a parasite and taking off in, some level of, eroticism and, sexual promiscuity, was really very eye-opening. And granted, this film was done in the 70s. And of course, you coming from, I Drink Your Blood, which was rated X too. It really carries, such edge, which I still think, those films really deliver even today with an oversaturated, kind of climate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that they were all hands-on films. So, I mean, the little parasite, oh my God, they had so much trouble with that parasite and trying to make it move and, getting it on wire and pulling it. And I had it in my mouth, it was on my tongue, so that when I, spit it out or it comes out, it's on my tongue. And I have them at my table, by the way, like a little parasite there. So, and I sign. So, come by and look at it, even, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that was the thing about the 70s was everything's hands-on. There was no, let's get it in post, we're going to do it later.
Right.
There was no later. It was now. And you had to perform, and you had to get the shot like pretty quickly, because otherwise it cost a lot of money for them to, keep it going on 35 mil. So that was a really fun experience in Montreal, and working with Cronenberg, of course, who it was his first movie, so he was very eager, and very young, and as we all were, then he was 11 and I was 8, but but he was, he pretty much let me just do what I could do. And he did ask me at one point, because there's this whole story about how he was smacking around one of the actresses. I don't know if you know that story.
No, I don't think I heard that one.
Because she had to cry all the time, and she couldn't cry. So she said, please smack me. And
Interesting.
so he would smack her around, and, so he asked me once, he said, Lynn, do you need me to help you to get to the emotion? And I said, no, David, I can act. But Shivers was great. It was great fun.
Oh, man.
And I almost didn't do Shivers because they have this strip scene. Who's seen Shivers? Then you've seen my tits. So I have this strip scene, and they wanted me to strip everything, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. She wouldn't change clothes from her nurse's uniform and take off her underwear to, so, they were like, oh, but then they decided, okay, the tits are enough. So we just, did the tits. But, they were not happy about that. So, whatever. Crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Being hands-on, really, kind of working, honing that craft. And, were you, while doing film, going back and forth to also the stage at the time?
Oh, yeah. I did. This was all when I was in New York, when I did all those cult classics. I Drink Your Blood, The Crazies, Sugar Cookies.
Oh, yes.
Score, Shivers, all in New York. So in between, I was always doing theater and just trying to become the best actress I could be. And that's the reason why now I can play so many different kinds of people. I mean, I can still play the victim. I can play the grandmother. I can play like the hot sadist. I can play, in Fang, I played this woman who's like really sick, and she's driving her son mad to the point where he thinks he's becoming a rat. And I can just do all these things because of all my theater training and playing all those different characters at that time.
Yes. So it sounds like, just a lot of versatility, and you can just, drop in there on a dime.
That's right.
Excellent. Excellent. Recently I saw, the slasher film, Basement Jack too. That one caught me out by surprise. I hadn't heard about that. I saw you do an interview, talking about the film. I'm like, oh, I got to go look that up. And I was able to. That was fantastic. You are very evil in that one.
Yeah, That movie, anybody seen Basement Jack? Okay. It didn't get a lot of play. I don't know why, because it was actually a pretty big budget film.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but I play the mother who, Basement Jack is a serial killer who lives in your basement, and he comes up when you don't want him to come up, but when he comes up, it's not good. And I'm his mother, and I made him the way he is. So all my scenes are in like 50s flashback scenes to show you how I made him become this serial killer. So she's not a very sympathetic character, at all. But it's a very well done film, and the director did a lot of stuff where it's just, instead of showing you the actual kills all the time, he would show you the aftermath of it, which is pretty bad. And then he would show the kill as well. But it's good. So.
Yeah. It kind of, watching it, definitely reminded me of like the Ed Gein backstory.
Right.
How he was raised with a very strict mother and everything like that, and how that story influenced so much of cinema, and I kind of see a lot of that in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think Shivers was the first film ever to have body horror. So actually Aliens, which,
Yep.
is here, came from that.
Yes.
Because, no one had seen that before with stuff coming out of the body. So, pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always fun to see how like film and productions influence each other, whether it's thematically, story wise, or even people from one production going on to work on something similar on a different production. Yeah. The with Shivers, I mean, you get Aliens and stuff, but you also come back and get like something like Cronenberg's The Fly, which is really like, for me, it's kind of the epicenter of like, body horror, specifically in the 80s. Yeah. And then, yeah, you get the occasional chest burster still with Aliens and stuff. Well, that's fun. It's heartbreaking. So.
But a boom.
Boom. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm done, folks. No, sorry. One thing I recall when you and I talked last was you working with John Belushi at a really young age too. Back then, with his comedic chops, was that something that rubbed off on you, or did you guys really do a lot together? I can't recall.
No, I mean, do y'all know who John Belushi is? 'Cause so many people don't even know anymore. It's frightening. I actually met John. He was 16, I was 17, and we were doing summer in stock together. And so we were in like Anne of a Thousand Days and the Agatha Christie film. Play, gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but where like all 12 people are killed and what? 10 yes, 10 little Indians. 10 were killed. And John and I were the only two left on stage, and John was very young, and as was I, and he, I was supposed to shoot him, but the gun didn't go off. And so he like proceeded to choke me, to death. And he was pretty method at that point. Oof. So he was, choking me. And so my boyfriend, who you think is dead, is not dead. And then he hit him in the head with a vase, and saved me and all that. But yeah, John was just, he was kind of rebellious. He had a motorcycle. He didn't live in the dorm with the other guys. He had a tent. He smoked marijuana, and shared it, and so that was my first time to ever smoke. I got to smoke with John Belushi, which was fun at the time, but of course did not work out well for him later on. But yeah, it was And we did all kinds of things. I mean, we cleaned the toilets. We, we cleaned the rooms. We built the props. We built the sets. We did like 7 plays in 7 weeks. We were in rehearsal for one, performing another one. I mean, it was an incredible experience to, be in that sort of environment, So.
Wow, that sounds like a creative boot camp.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was actually. It was the first time I ever drank, and I got so sick. I had Black Russians one night.
Ooh.
I've never had one since. Since
Yeah.
I was 17, I've never had a Black Russian. I was so sick the next day. So, don't have that.
Man, that'll cure you. Jeez. Wow. Yeah. Later on in your career too, you had mentioned that you went back to the stage for a time, and it's only been in the last 25, 30 years that you've been doing like film after film after film. What was it like to go back to your roots, in theater, and revisit that?
I went back, I did a monologue. It's actually on YouTube. The Whole Town is Sleeping. And it's a 12-minute monologue. It's the end of a Ray Bradbury story. And I'm on stage all alone. It's really, really good. If you want to ever look it up. It's on stage, it's much more frightening. But it was fascinating to come back and do that for an audience, because you can feel, it's a very frightening story about this woman walking home alone and she thinks a serial killer is following her. And it's the Ray Bradbury, and I do both parts. I do the woman walking and I also do the narrator. So I go back and forth. So I had to change physicality, accent, everything. It's really a very interesting thing for an actor to look at. But you can feel the audience. You can feel their fear. You can feel, you can just feel things when you're on stage with a live audience that you just don't get to feel in film. So I miss that a lot, but I have so many film projects now, and it's so great. And doing a film now, doing a play takes like 3 months to do a play, and I just don't have the time to do that anymore. Poor me. But I loved it, and I do miss it.
That's cool. The with film work now, and you're so busy with film project after film project. Are the directors, obviously Debbie Rochon's one of them, but our directors that you're working with now, are they able to allow you the time for to find those characters, to figure out how you're gonna play them, or is it because I know like production schedules can be just like brutal. It's like, we got no table read, we don't have time for this. It's like it's get in front of the lens. We're working on a really tight budget. Let's go.
Well, see, I never show up for a film until I know all my lines, what that character's going to do, who she is, what she feels like, all of that. I'm prepared when I get on there. And so usually the directors, they just go okay, yeah, do that. Every now and then I will come across a director who does have an opinion, and sometimes it's really good. I have no ego about what I do. If you have a better idea, let's do it. But sometimes they don't have a better idea, but they think they do. So I have like this little trick, and this is a secret, so don't tell anyone. But I'll get, in the scene and everything, and I'll go, oh my gosh, Daniel, I have this great idea. What if I, and I present this whole thing like I just thought of it. Mm-hmm. And the director will always go, oh yeah, that's good.
Nice.
Because then they feel part of it. They get credit for it. And I don't care if they get credit, because I still get to do what I know is best for the character. Right. So, you can have all the credit you want as long as I can do, whatever I do. But I find that I'm doing a lot of independent films now, and it's always an adventure, and I feel really proud that some of them very low budget, and some big budgets, but it's a dream that they have, that they want their project done, and they dream it. And it's an honor that they asked me to help them to make that dream a reality. So I always give 100%, even if I think it's not the greatest script, but I still always, do my very best. So, yeah.
I read recently that you're working on directing a feature film. Is that correct? Can you talk about that process? Going from acting and transitioning to directing. Can you share a little bit about the project too?
Yeah, I'm doing. I worked with Agristar Productions. I did Attack of the Corn Zombies.
Oh yes.
Which anybody seen that? Or there we go. That was very interesting. It took me a while to adapt to that kind of. Let me see, how can I say it? It was like a big family, and they, they just a lot of young people, and they chatter, young people. Not that there's anything wrong with young people, but young girls especially, they're chattering all the time and everything. And I was like in this whole zombie makeup, and I was like, I just wanted to get my scene done, but I realized that that's what that was, and so I got into that, and then I did Night of the Dead Sorority Babes. Anybody seen that?
Nice.
I'm like a Kimberly the Cannibal Witch in that, and so that was a lot of fun because I knew them then, and so now I'm directing Tinker Hell. Which is my first. I've never directed before, so it's about this. Actually, she's like a bad fairy, and they ban her from good fairyland to Earth.
Yeah.
And she's not very nice, and so. And again, I've got 10-year-olds, teenagers. All these, young girls, which then they're great. Don't get me wrong, they're great, but they just, they're young,
Yeah.
and they're, just like.
Can be
I'm trying to
pretty.
bond with them. I'm trying to figure out how to bond with them, but sometimes it's hard because they talk about, I don't know, boys. I don't know what they talk about. Anyway. So it's going to be good, though, and there's a lot of blood in it, and
Nice.
I'm trying to, as a director, because as an actor, all I have to worry about is just my role, and that's why I always think that the director does not know as much about my role as I'm going to know, because he's got or she's got so many other characters to work on. Whereas I'm just the one. But now I've got like 15 of these, people. And so I'm trying to figure out how to help them and, however. So it's pretty challenging right now for me. But I've got a lot of support and
Good.
all that. So I think it'll be fun, So, Tinker Hell.
Nice.
So, keep an eye out for that.
Is this something that is already in production, or?
No, we're actually in the fundraiser stage right now, and we go into production next year.
Oh, that's great. Kickstarter or anything? How can we support your endeavors? Not yet. Okay.
You
No
can,
problem.
My email. Well, none of you have paper, but you come to my table and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The best way is to just contact me directly on my email, which is Lynn Lowry. That's easy, right? Lynn Lowry at What did I say? The name? I don't remember the name of the thing now. To Fairy Hell? No. Tinker Hell.
Yeah.
Tinker Hell. Look up Tinker Hell.
Yeah.
And I'm also directing another short
Sweet.
called Ink, which is about this man who's covered in tattoos except for his penis. But he thinks that girls like it if your penis is tattooed. So he wants to have a tattooed
Wow.
penis, but he doesn't want to actually tattoo his penis. So he goes about finding, he's a tattoo artist, and he goes about killing people and skinning their tattooed penis off so he can wear it.
Wow.
It's a comedy. Comedy horror film. So yeah, that should be fun.
Lynn, that sounds amazing. Holy cow. What a weird, interesting take on Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. Oh, gosh. So, please tell me that's already done, because I want to see that tomorrow.
No, we're working on that right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That sounds brilliant. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So we were going to call it Ink or The Skin He Wears.
Ooh.
Which one do you like, Ink?
Ink.
Yeah. Or The Skin He Wears? Because there's a lot of inks, and there's not very many of The Skin He Wears. So that's why I thought of that title. But yeah.
Oh, man. This is kind of fun to be able to workshop some different title names.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking that the ink he wears.
The ink he wears. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Think about that. Right. The ink he wears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of friends with a lot of ink. Yes, I think so. Definitely. Well, it does take a village to make a film.
It does. Absolutely.
It sounds like you're surrounded with wonderful production teams that are just
I am,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've done so many great films in the last 2 years. I've got a Halloween Feast. Anybody seen that? Halloween Feast. Aren't I good in that?
Yes.
See? I know. I'm totally unhinged. You would not think I could play that because I'm so calm and all that stuff, but that's my forte. So, yes, she's a very, kind of classy, and I think I kill 8 people in the movie. I have this one scene where I drill a corkscrew into this woman's head and pull her brain out. Ooh. So it's very cool. And, and then 7 other people I kill. So, but, she does kind of lose it at the end, but yeah, it's a great film. It's a good Halloween film too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Essentially, it's medieval brain surgery.
Right.
Yeah. You
Yes.
got to get those demons out of there somehow.
Yeah.
Oh man. We've talked last time about your experience with cat people. That was really difficult, and that I think led you to stay more in towards the independent realm of filmmaking. With the way people treat actors on set, like safety and everything like that. Do you find that independent films have a lot more consideration, when it comes to that, and how the actor feels, and making sure people are comfortable? Because I know that is always something that is a concern.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's like if I don't feel safe, I'm not doing it.
Good.
So unfortunately, a lot of times the extra people, the people that are trying to make a name, they're willing to do more dangerous stuff, than I mean, I won't do stuff like that anymore. But hell, I mean, when I drink your blood, I mean, we had like this, the Alex, the guy that gets his leg cut off.
Yeah.
We had his leg. He was like under the table like that, and his real leg was like right here. And David drew like a magic marker. And he said to George Patterson, he said, be sure when you bring the axe down not to bring it up above that black magic marker. I mean, he would have hit his real leg. I mean, it was that kind of thing in the 70s, to get that. So, but yeah, no, I just, if I'm not happy, I won't do it now. So, I couldn't in Fang, actually, I shouldn't say this, but I was supposed to fall out of the bed on my knee on this hard floor, and as I did it, I kept hitting my hip, and it was going to be all bruised and messed up. And I just finally said, I don't think I can do that. And so they had a double for me, who did that for me, and that worked out great. So, and interesting story about Fang. The intimate coordinator stuff. Are you all familiar with that? So on Fang, I met the guy playing my son on the first day we shot. And on that day, our first scene was where I'm like totally out of it. And I think he's my husband. And I sexually attack him. So he's 22, and, I'm like 20, but anyway. So, and I said to him, are you okay with this? I mean, is this okay? Because I'm old school. It's like, you want me to attack someone sexually, what, from 1 to 100? I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, I can do whatever you want. And so, and I kept saying, are you okay? And he'd go, yeah, I'm okay, I'm okay. Well, he was not okay. And the next day he called in sick, on this pretty big production, because he couldn't come in because he, I guess we really needed a coordinator to, to do that. And, so now it's like, is it okay if I touch her hand?
Right. Please.
Like that. I know. I would think he would be okay with that, but he wasn't. But Fang is very good, and I have a really disturbing part, and people have told me that I really make them disturbed when they watch it. So I don't know. Well, you watch it and be disturbed, but.
So sometimes that's the desired effect.
Oh no, that's exactly the effect I wanted. I mean, she's sick, and she's disturbing, and if you're not disturbed at some of the stuff I do, shame on you.
It's a reflection on them.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
Well, and that's the good thing about film and horror is it can be a mirror to whatever the viewer is experiencing, or in their life, or even in society.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, you get to see maybe the horror stuff that I don't know. I mean, I've imagined people I hate. I would never really kill them, but I've imagined if I did, that I'd like that. So you get to see a horror film, and you get to actually see somebody doing stuff like that, and it's kind of like, I'd like to do that, but I won't because I'm like a normal person.
Yeah.
But so don't do it at home.
Yeah. It's a cautionary tale. Whatever you see on film, don't take it out. Don't do it at home. It's kind of like Jackass. Don't do these stunts. Yeah.
Right. I know. I saw the first one.
Oh yeah.
I think I never watched it again after.
Yeah, that was enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably for the best. Yeah. It's how are we doing on time? Oh, 12 minutes. Well, we want to open it up for some questions. Are you okay with that
Yeah,
one?
sure.
Okay. You, sir. Oh.
Hey.
Hi.
So you had all these iconic roles in the 70s, and then in 82 you're in Cat People. Mm-hmm. And I'm asking this for Mo here, because it's her favorite movie pretty much. There you are in Eating Raoul, and you are a young woman at Swinger Party after having all these great characters, and now you're a young woman at swinger party. How do you get into that kind of role?
Well, I'm not in Eating Raoul, so that's Mary Warrenoff. So I'm.
IMDb has you listed as like an extra in it. But I know you have done work with Mary Warren.
Oh yeah, no, we did sugar cookies. We kissed and rubbed around on each other, and I felt her tits, and But I don't think I was. Yeah, no, I don't. I think I'm in that. I mean, I don't know. Was it in the 70s? Because we were all like,
That might be the reason.
No, I don't remember too much about that era, but yeah, no. But yeah, that's a great film, though. I like that film a lot. So, yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's more just a compliment that I love your range. I love that you can do kind of the beautiful, slight, woman in Shivers who is, and in Sugar Cookies who is maybe taken advantage of and not so worldly, and then you come in and Night of the Dead Sorority Babes, and you just absolutely possess the screen. I think it's very cool. It's very cool to see your brilliant range.
What's your name?
Mo.
Mo? Well, that's because 50 years passed. And now I can eat people and stuff.
Yeah.
Say, even in Sky Sharks, they made you kind of
Oh,
think,
yeah. I was like a
flying."
nun, yeah.
And you're like,
with,
and I'm like, no.
with Lizardo and that, so yeah. Interesting dude. So, yeah, thank you. So, but yes, I am quite versatile. So. And I always get to play these really crazy people, and I just don't know where it comes from.
I do have to say that whenever you're on screen, it's always captivating. Watching you in Crazies, with the gradual descent into this madness with.
Don't want to get that red wine on my. Oh, not that it's red wine. Oh, it's grape juice on my dress.
You're fine with saying it's red wine.
Oh, okay.
This is that audience.
Don't want to get red
If
wine.
you want, if you want, we'll get you some LSD too.
Hey, I can talk to the cows again. Wow. Call me.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man. Well, yeah, Lynn. Tomorrow we're showing Shivers. You're going to be there to introduce the film.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait. That's such an amazing
And I have
film.
a photo op.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
going to be in the pool. You should come. You should. We've made the price better, and and you can. Oh, and you know what? You can bring someone in with you and take selfies of it. So it's not just like one shot. Where they do on those photo ops, which you can do many shots and you can videotape it. So I can give you the parasite in your mouth. I can come at you. You can sit on the edge if you don't want to get wet. I mean, there's a variety of things we can do. You should all do it because it's the first time I've ever done it, and I'm gonna get wet, so you get wet.
It's going to be fun. I'm going to be there. I can't wait for that. That is absolutely, a lovely bonkers photo shoot that I cannot wait to participate.
And on Sunday, I'm going to be dressed as Nurse Forsythe, so you can get a picture with, the nurse. So whatever.
Yeah. That is so wonderful. Lynn, thank you so much for.
Thank you.
for
Are we
coming
done?
out. I think we're.
Oh, I just
about
want to
wrapping
thank
up.
you all for coming, and I appreciate
Yes.
it very much. So.
Oh,
yeah.
appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. And make sure to visit Lynn's table, just inside the exhibition hall in the death dealer's room.
Yes, and I have pictures, but not on the table. When I take the nurse's dress off, of my tits, So, if you want like a tit picture, I have it. So, but you have to ask for it because, I don't, in case there's, kids. Yes.
That's the under
Oh,
the
you
table
got
stuff.
the tit picture last? Did I have that last time? Oh, wow. I didn't think I had that last time. Well, I'll have to get some new stuff. So. Oh, the wet shirt one. No, this is
Nice.
the actual.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's the under the table special.
Yeah. Oh, and
Sorry, didn't mean to disarm that.
and I am wearing the blue shirt that's wet in the pool with nothing on under it. So, come on.
We are all coming by. Thank
That's
you.
tomorrow at 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Tomorrow at 3.
Tomorrow at 3.
Oh, Lynn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, guys, thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you so much.
And oh,